Hello, a very good morning to you. You've spent the weekend, and I believe you haven't spent a lot of your money because you've just been paid, but you know that you're well motivated to oil yourself, get your loins just for the working week. But for those of you who would think that because I don't have employment, I don't have even those opportunities or those qualifications, or I don't meet the criteria that will put me in a position to earn a living, please know that what you are experiencing presently doesn't determine how you'll be in the future, because your present does not give you any indication of how it's going to be in the future if you believe. But it also means that you need to take the right steps. Take the right steps that will get you where you aspire or desire to be. How do you do that? Make sure that you get up to date. Make yourself motivated. Take a step that will lead you to the present situation that you envisage will be the future. Thanks for joining us for the show. As always, we will want to have a lot more of your comments on Facebook, join us on TV, and also our platform on WhatsApp through the number 0560. And currently we're streaming live on our channel on YouTube. My Joy Online is a channel's name. But talking about YouTube, after each of the segments of the show, we tend to upload many of them for you to get to have a lot more of the views, and we would want, please, you comment on a number of those videos you watch. But right now we have to start the whole show with a beautiful song from Ochame. It's called, beautiful. It's called Hallelujah. I hope that you love it. When we come back, we'll bring you our lineup for the morning. Do stay on. It's still the AM show. Ochame, and we know that it's coming from his upcoming album, but please make sure that you log on to YouTube, and then you get a lot more of those videos. And on YouTube we also have our channel, the My Joy Online. I have to say that this one also goes to you, Eric Idriam. You got married to Amy over the weekend. I say congratulations, and I wish you a blissful and enjoyable marriage throughout the period of the stay of that very marriage on this very earth. So please, the whole time is yours. Go take a honeymoon and then relax. But please, let's run by you what we have. We'll bring you a lot more news. We'll bring you a lot more subjects of the sports reviews. We also know that in England, well, just a prelude to the start of the Premier League was a Community Shield. And it took place with the reigning champions and the winners of the FA Cup. And of course, the winners of the FA Cup from last season, Manchester United, now coached by Jose Mourinho. They won that very much with a very great goal in the 83rd minute, I believe, by the new signing, the veteran himself, Ibrahimovic. So we'll see how that goes as far as the various sports issues are concerned. Many of the teams are also in pre-season, taking part in many of the tournaments to get themselves ready for the various league season. And so we'll bring the latest update with Benedict Owusu. You shouldn't also forget that he'll bring you the latest as far as what the Olympics is in Rio de Janeiro. It is 2016 in Brazil. Now, we'll be discussing the subject of how political parties could be funded by the state. This is because a research has been conducted which is indicating that many of the political parties seem to get themselves lost in oblivion, especially when it's not a political party period or an election period. And all too many of them find themselves in hard times. But the whole essence of the research also pointed out how sometimes the politicians, because when they tend to win the election, one party tend to seize the whole institution of power and tend to relegate the rest. And that could be a subject of making some of the politicians or political institutions very much corrupt, or in that very realm. And so we'll be having a discussant in the studio, a foremost lecturer with the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, a senior lecturer there, and also a senior fellow with the Institute of Economic Affairs, Dr. Ransford Jampo, will be joining us in the studio. We'll be having lengthy discussions. If we can, we'll also be having in the studio or online Albert Kandapa, a former member of Parliament and Minister of State. And we will be discussing these issues thoroughly, dispassionately, and we will also be looking out for your views. And talking about your views also, we'll go out to the street, speak to a lot more of you, just to know what your own thoughts are on this very subject. And our man roving today will be, of course, Derek Akosam. On AM Talk today, we'll be discussing a lot of issues, but we'll be looking at how Imani Ghana has been calling for, well, charges to be pressed on Member of Parliament Oti Bless, who had also been nominated, appeared before the Appointments Committee of Parliament for the position of Deputy Minister Designate Local Government and Rural Development. But according to the committee in its report, the Minister Designate is said to have made some derogatory comments on a radio station about the Chief Justice as well as other justices of the Supreme Court. Now, we know that Parliament has put his approval on hold pending further deliberations, and the Speaker also ordered him to apologize and also retract his comments. But now, we've also had a lot more comments coming in, with the President being urged by veteran journalist Abdul Malik Kubako on Newsfile over the weekend, saying that Oti Bless has made a mistake. He was misled, and so needs to make sure he comes right or forthrightly. Now, we'll end the whole show with a lot more entertainment, and Becky will be here bringing us the latest as far as what happened over the weekend, but also on Friday. We know that Adom Praise 2016 took place. We had the Brooklyn Tabernacle singers from the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. They were in Ghana, thrilled audiences. I was there. Great music, great inspiration. If you love God a lot, you get to know that it was a great time to be at the Perez Dome just here in Accra. We have to now go for the news, and we'll bring you some interesting news highlights we have for the morning. Do stay on.